practiced.
I have seen it in recent history amongst VODs as I pay attention to Ho3K. Shout out to Ho3K. And every time I trickle into you guys here to see what's going on. But again, as we talked about before, even though Vinnie kind of tapered off on his attendance overall, previously a top 20 player in the world. And, you know, he still showed that he has that same type of consistency. Obviously, you know, he's played against Ralphie quite a bit, and he's forcing Ralphie to have to go the Bayonetta in this matchup.
No, it's not out of the realms of possibility for Ralphie's Cloud to force the hand of Vinnie. However, I think the Bayonetta is going to give him an upper hand just because it's less of a battle of neutral, more of a battle of the punish game. We know that Vinnie has a premier punish game, one of the best out of all of the top-level Sheiks, I would argue. But this is Bayonetta, and this is in the hands of a player who recognizes full and well that Bayonetta is a function made to frustrate and eliminate her opponents.
Yeah, you can win neutral as many times as you want, rack up as much damage as you want with Sheik, but if you don't get that kill, all of a sudden that rage takes you off the top. It's a very easy way to get somebody on tilt, and Vinnie normally pretty good at his DI to get out a lot of these combos, but we'll see if maybe he slips up on one and Ralphie's able to take it.
For what it's worth, Vinnie himself does fight against Bayonetta quite a lot here on Long Island, but none are quite like Ralphie's style, as we already see Vinnie taking off the top for first blood of the set.
Yeah, as we're sitting there talking about the defense needed for that DI to make sure he doesn't get killed, Vinnie had a lot more situations where he won out on taking damage. Get nice tech coming in for Ralphie to prevent what could have been a bad situation there, trying to go for that edge guard. Gets the bouncing fish though. All right, nice textbook, just evens it back out. Only taking 25%, that's not that bad.
I mean, that's how it be, though. Vinnie's not the kind of player who's going to tilt so easily. He recognizes that Bayonetta, she's difficult to fight. And there are a lot of situations that may seem helpless. But with proper study and good enough execution, you could stretch out that situation. You can outlive, outlast, outfight Bayonetta.
And also, a lot of like defensive options that Ralphie has been taking usually lead to a punish from Vinnie. Like, he's just microspacing his way out. It's just that Ralphie's been capitalizing way more on a lot of the times that he does get in. We're sitting looking at a 74 to 91% deficit here. This is a bad spot if Vinnie decides to overextend and catches a witch time.
I feel like that's just one of the aspects of the characters at hand. Bayonetta is naturally a character who makes more off the punishes. She goes for a lot more hits, a lot more damage, but unlike Sheik, she has no trouble killing, and game one is going to go in favor of Ralphie.
Like you said, having no trouble with dealing with the punishes, able to just get that one hit, confirm, caught him DIing up, jumped at him with the afterburner kick, because a lot of people have been in favor of trying to DI up and out to get out of what is potentially normally the most common DI of down and away. And Ralphie snagging that twice in that set to see if we start seeing more SDI down out of Vinnie if he's able to follow out of these combos, or if he just continues to give him to Ralphie.
One of the aspects of Ralphie's Bayonetta that makes him a cut above the Long Island Bayonettas and the few and far between Bayonettas we have throughout the rest of New York is he's very aware of how people want to try and escape Bayonetta combos. And he's aware of the breadth of knowledge that is there for how to get out of them. But unfortunately, not a lot of people study properly when to DI what certain ways, how to SDI what certain attacks. It's
difficult because you just every time you think you have the advantage and you get caught with a witch twist, now you have to guess ahead of the Bayonetta, where am I going to SDI now, and are they going to read it ahead of time? And it's something that many people need to get used to leading into the next game, potentially if the combo game stays the same. I'm assuming it's probably not, but we'll see. So far, looking much better for Vinnie, playing it perfectly the way he needs to, just spacing him out and sealing out that first stock with a very clean gameplay.
This is a very simple conversion. I don't really expect much from it with damage. However, if Ralphie gets a lot of these interactions on the ledge, where he's not really forcing too much of a response from Vinnie, but he chips away the damage, I feel like that'll add itself into something bigger, especially as Ralphie contests more for stage control. And with Smashville, it's incredibly difficult to do something like that.
The emergency escape button, the get out of jail free card coming through for Ralphie there. The bats within, preventing him from dying off the side. That could have very much been game 2 going to Vinnie if he caught that last fair. And luckily, Ralphie was able to avoid it.
And very interesting option from Ralphie, and I really liked it. Challenging Sheik's forward air with a forward air of his own, with really good DI, and considering the knockback that forward air is going to have now, it would have been an interesting option to see if the game went any further, but Vinnie was not having any of that. He's going to even up the set count.
Yeah, sometimes you got to throw out a little bit of something unexpected, going out there with the up B, catching Ralphie on his recovery, able to get that kill. And it was a 2-stock victory as well. After that first game, where it wasn't so much a runaway, it's steal, but it was definitely not something I think Vinnie thought that he was going to lose. He just got killed off the top a couple times off of a couple mistakes, and he was able to seal that out with a very confident 2-0 victory. I am surprised, though. Actually, no, I'm not. It's Sheik. I was going to say, I'm surprised they decided to go to Lilat, but Sheik able to deal with the zoning attempts and able to zone break that Bayonetta normally can do very well on this stage.
And even that, Lilat Cruz is an excellent stage for Bayonetta to be zoning on. An interesting note of it is how Bullet Climax gets an additional buff just because the way the stage is positioned, Bayonetta planking herself on the wings of the ship allow Bullet Climax to cover so much space.
Exactly. That's why I was very surprised that he decided even to go here. But you know what? Because of Sheik's ability to zone break so well and having needles to kind of just throw and harass his attempt to throw out these. Plus, Ralphie is rather aggressive. I've never really seen him play that type of defense before to just zone out. Great power shields coming in from both of them. Nobody taking any damage for it.
No, yeah, playtime's over for these boys. They know they're in top 8. They're in the money. They're going to try and make as much of it as they can.
Yeah, this is somebody's going home after this. Not very happy. There's always a lot of pride on the line. This is the end of Smash 4's lifespan that we're coming to a close, and everybody wants to put as much padding as they can to their top 100 ranks before we're done. Trying to go for the 2-frame down there at the ledge. That would have been interesting if you caught him.
That would have been filthy. Let's be honest, man. Like, Vinny's never one to go for style or go for unorthodox options like that, but hey, if it works, it works.
Hey, like we were saying, optimized play. I didn't believe hard enough in going for that bouncing fish. I actually agree with it because you put yourself at disadvantage against Bayonetta off the side of the stage, you're going to die. So, opting to just stay back. Catches him yet again on the grab.
Yeah.
Catches him on the landing that time, though, with the air dodge and the up air, just enough to take it out. And Ralphie looking at a bit of a deficit here. We're seeing a much different gameplay out of Vinnie so far over these last 2 games. A quick update on the other side of the stream, if you guys didn't happen to notice, Suarez actually ended up beating
Utopian Ray?
Yeah, forcing Ray onto the Bayonetta. It was a very long set.
Yeah, that's kind of wild. I mean, we got plenty to look at for ourselves.
So there's still a Yoshi left in the Yoshi's Island trail trying to make their way back up.
It looks like Vinny's going to have to try to eliminate them all. And currently, he's looking like he's on path to do so. He's given a lot of trouble to this this Bayonetta.
Yeah, again, yet another potential 2-stock coming in here if Ralphie can't close out the stock. He's continuously throwing out a lot of hitboxes, anticipating approach where Vinny's just not giving it to him. He's just running up or walking slowly and holding shield, as we saw there, just kind of tapering back where he was in position where he looked like he could have got him with a falling hitbox. But gets the down tilt into the up air. Still very much doable for Ralphie, sitting at 103%. We've seen people die sooner off of about 30%. Vinny needs to be very careful.
Very much in the realms of possibility for Vinny to get taken off the top. However, Ralphie needs to find himself in that situation first, and Vinny has never been the type of player to leave himself with a lot of openings. But he's also not a player to go for such brash options, running in from down deep with the up smash, and that's going to secure him game 3.
Just a single hit and a needle, too, to get him to fall on platform. And Ralphie, I don't think he was actually anticipating him to run in like that. They could make it, okay, he'll run in, he'll try to get me on a grab or something. No, Vinny saw blood in the water, and he ran at it. And we're going to see the switch over to the actual main of Ralphie here. This is going to be his last potential counter pick he has left, so he wants to make sure that he does it right.
So the Cloud into Sheep, we've got the same setting, we've got the same opponent. However, Cloud introduces a different dynamic to this particular match. It's going to be a lot more of taking advantage of the low-setting platforms and how well that Cloud can check Sheik's ability to maneuver around this stage.
As you can see, I anticipate a much more aggressive playstyle coming in from Ralphie, trying to throw off Vinny the way that he's been really just kind of reading him like a book. And oh, that is unfortunate. What a great edge guard, but he actually makes it back. Lilat, for a change, helping out someone, dipping down just far enough so he can be able to potentially get the magnet hands, and he recovers. I thought he was dead.
Nah, man, listen, here on Long Island, this is a regular stage. We don't got no shenanigans. We just got player skill and a little bit of character change.
And a little bit of RNG. And, you know, Ralphie's going to take that to the bank and cash it every single time, but so far, Vinny not really letting that bother him. It's like, all right, cool, you made it back. All right, now I'm going to force you back off stage yet again. Blow your limit. And what are you going to do? You're going to die. That's what's going to happen. He got him with the soft hit of Nair, closes it out, and now Ralphie needs to find a way to stop this bleeding, get momentum, and stop this extremely strong neutral gameplay that Vinny's been having.
Vinny's been playing like a man possessed today, whether it was in doubles, the right to top 8, or right here against Ralphie. He's doing such a good job of being able to just recognize situations instantly, respond accordingly, and just get it done.
So far, Ralphie managing to get himself back to center stage, gets the limit now, so he can potentially get him at ledge. But Vinnie, again, just being so patient at the ledge, not falling for that.
Trying to come in through this back air. I really don't know if that's the answer, but I mean, with Vinnie sitting at a percentage like this, something as simple as a nair can do the job with the limit on deck.
Gets the nair trade that time, but unfortunately not enough to get the knockback and get the kill. And Ralphie, again, he consistently keeps trying to go for these dash attacks at the ledge. He's just not able to seal out the stock.
Seeing how Vinnie's going to try to come back from this one. It's an excellent
There
tumble.
we go.
However, it's going to leave him in just enough end lag. Ralphie going to come in with a quick back air, sitting at 94% with his limit. Still is not out of the realms of possibility for Ralphie.
Absolutely not. Finally changing it up at the ledge to be able to get a stealed stock there. And if he can catch him on one potential juggle, this can be it. However, he does rip the jump, and Vinnie reaching a little bit too far with that bouncing fish is going to allow Ralphie to get back to stage.
I like how Vinnie opted for the far bouncing fish. He's seeing how Ralphie's doing such a good job of responding to his short-range reactions. So if he just does enough to get himself far away, give himself just break back into neutral, give himself the space because he has the speed, he has the opportunity to break things forward. However, Vanish from out deep is going to be threatening for the kill, but it's going to leave Ralphie with max rage, still alive though.
Yeah, Ralphie just barely managing to get back. Good delay. Managing to get out of there, but does get trumped. And now he's forced in his position where he has to recover high. Gets him with the bouncing fish. And Vinnie going to take that 3-1. It's, you know, normally I'm not a big fan of somebody overextending off the stage.